Hi everyone, I'm going to show you today how to create a Python function and how to run it. For this I'm going to use the Python command line. Python function is a very strong and powerful type of things in Python. The way we can do the function is the following method. The first thing is def by the name of the function. In this case I'm going to use summa by the parameters, in this case number 1 and number 2. There is a problem. Yeah, obviously there is a problem. So 2 points. There is. So what's happened if I say print num1? Well, this is unexpected. That's because in Python it's very important to follow the syntaxes. So let's say if it works now. Yes, it works. To left the function, double enter. I'm going to use this function, but let me show you how. Number 1 will be 8 and number 2 will be 9. The way I call a function is the following. For example, summa of num1 and num2. What do you think it's going to print? Yes, the 8. But what happens if I do the following? n1 is equal to 8 to 7 and a2 is equal to 6. If I call again the sum, this will work. Okay, we can see here a problem. Why sum these parameters is 8? Well, this is right because number 1 is 8. But if we want to print 7, we have to do the following. Summa of n1 and n2, and then is 7. But there is a very interesting thing over here. For example, let's begin again. Python command line. Over here, def of name is equal to num is equal to number 1, number 2, double points, syntaxes, and remember the syntaxes. And over here we're going to put number 1 is equal to number 2 plus number 2. Okay, return. In functions we use return because if we don't put return in a function, it will return anything. For example, I'm going to show you this. Return num1. Okay, and now I'm going to put this like word is equal to 1 and public is a1 equal to 4. No. I'm going to call the function, but what will going to happen if I left num1 and num2? Oh, well, of course, I forget to erase that. Well, here is num1 is not defined. Okay, so let's try with word and public. Word and public. Okay, the result is 8. But why is 8? If we see here, there is num2 and num2, but in this word we never make a variable with the name of num2. So the way to explain this is that the parameters are very important because the names of the parameters are very important because these names are the ones that are going to use in this function. When you call the function, for example, word will be num1 and public will be num2. It doesn't matter if aren't the same word, because when the function is called, this will convert in this. So there is no problem. Let's continue with a def. Another function, def of a void with nothing, any parameters. Yeah, what happened over here? Let's do it again. Void of return nothing. Do you see the difference? Well, first of all, you cannot have a function that doesn't do anything. At least it has to return something. But if we make a variable that make a function that return the value of the function, you will see the following. For example, a is equal to num1, or here we're going to use this again, num of the word and public. Okay, how much do you think 1 values? Well, it values 8 because it's going to return the value of num1, and num1 is not the word 1, is not the value of word that is num1 in the first step, is the num1 that is here. But for example, if we return, I don't know, I know, I'm going to make a function def the num again, num2 of n1, n2. We're going to use the for this n is equal to 0, n1 is equal to n2 plus n2, print n2, return n. So let's call a function. We call it by just putting the name, or we can assign a variable to it. So here is num2 of word and public. What do you think? Oh, well, it prints 2. But the true value of this is 0. So why this happen? Well, because when the function is called, the function will run the code inside it, and you will see that it says print, so the function will print something. But when you assign a function to a variable, the variable will gain the return value. So no matter how many code you have inside, if the return value is like n is equal to 0, it doesn't matter this, because b will be 0. I think I explained a little bit about functions, so here I'm going to let my video. Well, for today I think it's okay with the review we have seen. So remember that the function is made by the following def, the name of the function, and 2 parameters like a and b. 2 points. Syntaxes, don't forget the syntaxes, blah 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 blah, and you can go out of the function by plus 2 enters. Well, this is all. Thank you for watching.